Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Chris and I'm back. So as I near the end of development for Bingban, I find that getting cold feet before releasing a project out in the world is a real thing. I'm struggling with this and I've released countless projects up to this point, but I think the real reason why I'm all shunted up right now is because of how close this project is to me. And how long I've been waiting to really release it too is another thing. As I'm writing this devlog, exactly a year out from when I first thought of the concept, by the way, it's really wild to think how far I've come already. Looking back, I'm really glad I proposed the challenge to myself to make a visual novel in a year because it taught me so many lessons about game design, marketing, efficiency, and what I'm willing to sacrifice for the sake of the project, and all of those lessons you really don't learn until you just do it. So this will be the final devlog for this project before game release, and we'll go into the latest improvements and advancements and all of those knickknacks I've made in the game since we last talked. So if you like content like this or you enjoy diving into my work like this, please give me a like, subscribe if you're new, and without further ado, let's get into this. So the majority of the time, I've been mainly focused on quality control with sound effects, music, typos, backgrounds, color correction, bugs, text editing, flow control, variable testing, stuff that's very interesting, I'm sure, but you don't want to see me talk about that stuff in a video. So I'll give you the short version. I had this one bug where players could not save their progress and continue if they closed out the application. After 4 months, I did fix this, and it was annoying, and the solution was fairly simple. It was just really hard to test for while developing because it wasn't recreatable in the play editor. Now, this taught me a lesson about game engines, documentation, and communities. When selecting a game engine, it can pay in advance to scope out the community on a topic, to see if you have a question that may have been answered already, or to even see if a community is there in the first place. Sometimes there isn't a community, right? I've made a lot of mistakes and wasted a ton of time trying to find a solution on my own instead of consulting the community. Now, if a community isn't active, that definitely should play a little part in your decision for whatever game engine you want to use, because having that is almost pivotal to completing your first game, in my opinion. You're gonna need the community for something, whether it's research, whether it's looking at how other people have solved problems, or if it's just for asking a question, right? You're gonna need that. There's always going to be a problem you may not be so sure about, and it helps to consult others who are more knowledgeable in that area, right? Lately, I've been fumbling with Unreal for projects outside of Bingban, and the community and documentation behind that engine has been super helpful in getting stuff up and running fairly quickly. I even threw together the super basic Bingban scene in Unreal, modeled a super rough Luna, and threw her into the project just for fun. It's cool stuff like this I want to explore more in the future with, this engine, but with other projects outside of Bingban. But for this, I'm gonna leave it at what I have here. It was just something super fun with the generic animations applied to the character model, so nothing super crazy or super tough to do. But yeah, man. Whenever you're making a game, even with the most strict of scopes and the most detailed asset lists, there's almost always something you aren't thinking about that you'll need to complete the story, game, or whatever. Whether it's a design, an item, a character sprite, a 3D model, music, whatever. There's almost always something that comes up, man. Y'all remember when I said this?
I have 3 more sprites for the 3 more characters, and then I have all outfits for the main cast that I have to finish, and then I'll be completely done with sprites.
Yeah, bro, I was on some bullshit because I had to make an additional 10 more sprites after that point, not including their other alt poses and outfits I made and talked about in that other devlog that was after that. So suffice it to say, man, I be on bullshit on occasion. I'm not gonna front with you, and that's what makes scoping projects so hard for me, because you can have, say, an ironclad plan, but literally anything in game dev can throw a wrench into that. But it's necessary to go through because I wouldn't have known stuff like that happens without kind of going through it. You can know that, but until you go through it, you don't really know how it can affect your overall plan. Now, this also can just be a knock on my planning, since some of these sprites, in my opinion, are a no-brainer to have. For example, if I'm modeling a quick background for a prison cell or a visitation lobby, and if I'm not including some sort of officer in the background to imply they're there for authority or security reasons, then to me the background looks empty, and I need a sprite to kind of fill out and imply that there's some sort of structure there. Now, I do tend to go overboard with that, and I may create like other assets to add to the scene or whatever the case happens to be, which is a character flaw on my end, I'm sure. But just know, for the stuff that I did keep in, there's like hundreds of things that I've taken out to balance out the workload. And speaking of workload, man, I really must hate myself, because why am I making another opening for the full game? Bro, I gotta be on something, bro. But on the real, I've been grinding this past month on animations for the game opening, since I really want that to look nice and offer as a little something to the intro at large, right? This I want to be the final piece of real art I do for the game. So making it look pretty is definitely gonna be of my interest, and that's kind of why it's been taking a super long time. I've been a little silent just because I really want to get some headway on that. I'm closer to the end than I am to the beginning, that's for sure, but I'll need a little bit more time before it's ready to show off. And with the new opening, obviously that means new music. And for that and other sections of the game as well, particularly towards the end, I, for the most part, have completed all of the music in the game. And if time allows, I'll work on a Spotify release for all the tracks, but at the very least, this is what I can guarantee: I'll have all the tracks up here on my YouTube, not this page, but my music page, Tamani. You can go link in with me over there. I have tracks for all of my games in a playlist. I'll have the title of the playlist here somewhere. But yeah, check me out over there if you just want to listen to the music in my games. And I'm working on Spotify as we speak. Now, this project has taken a year, which maybe could have only been half as long if I decided to work with others and collaborate. And that's really just my main takeaway I've come back with after emerging on the other side of this game development journey, is that it's always smart to delegate or have a partner, coworker, or help in any form on a project. Two eyes are better than one. You don't have to do it all alone, and stuff like collaboration really just does help game development in general. For my future projects, I want to collaborate more with people to get projects done in half the time, and to just ask for help more too, because I don't know everything. But that's kind of it in terms of Bingban, if I'm being honest. Like, in terms of development, at least, this game has been a blast to work on, and I truly think that this has taught me so many intangible lessons about what it takes to make a game completely on my own. And to be honest with you, I recommend every dev try to make their own game at least one time. Don't have to finish it, but the skills you learn from trying to find creative ways to solve problems or learning how to efficiently work with the time you have to hit a deadline are very important life lessons that will only play towards your benefit in the future. And now I'm off the script, so I'm gonna just talk a little bit more. But in general, man, again, this was a super fun project. Had a blast. Looking forward to whatever I do next. This project has taught me so many things, as I said before, and I really appreciate every one of you guys for watching these devlogs and sticking with me to the end, being patient with me. If you played the demo, shout out to you. Your fan art, I think, is in the game for the demo, but if not, it will 100% be in the full game. And I'm thinking about also hosting maybe a Draw This in Your Style challenge. I'll be releasing information on that super soon. But for now, I do want to kind of close out everything with just, again, a thank you. Thanks for everyone for, just, again, being here and, sticking with me, man. I appreciate you guys. I recognize a lot of the names that comment on these videos. Don't think that you're just commenting to a YouTuber or to a person that doesn't care about what you have to say or, what you're saying. I appreciate all of the comments I get, all of the likes that I get. And I really hope you guys enjoy Bingban when it comes out in June. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off, man. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, night, or whatever. It's been your boy Chris, and I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.